Hi everyone, welcome back to Getting No Kingman, and welcome back my guest Linda West, who is a psychic and a medium. And let's talk a little bit about this book, okay? Tell me about it. Okay, what inspired you? Before we get to the book, let me ask you this. When the angels talk to you, okay, how does that go about? I mean, you're sitting at the island in the kitchen and saying, having a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden a little tap on the shoulder, I need to talk with you. You're out watering the garden, all of a sudden a little tap on the shoulder.
Everybody gets this. You get this, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need to do this, or I need to do that. When this book came to me, I was doing dishes. And they're like, you need to put together.
I mean, actually.
I was doing dishes. And when you're doing menial tasks, or one of the greatest times is like in the middle of the night when you wake up and you're kind of half awake, half asleep. I get a lot of information during that time. And I was doing dishes, menial tasks. You know, my mind wasn't particularly on anything. And they gave me the 8 keys. And this book is perfect for what's going on now on the planet. When we talk about the frequencies and the energies and the law of attraction, this particular book, these 8 keys are 8 steps, actually 8 words, beginning with believe, trust, detach, put love into a situation, humility, forgiveness, all the way to connection. And it is a step-by-step spiritual journey. Your connection to source, God, angels, whatever you choose to call it, Jesus, it doesn't matter the name that you use. It's that wonderful love energy that's out there. And this book gives you that step by step. So when I was going kind of crazy in 2009, when everything had taken its dump, I said, okay, angels, now what do I do? And they said, get back to basics. This is back to basics. This is step by step, easy read. The way I talk is the way I write. It's an easy read. It's enjoyable. I try to put some humor in there. I mean, we're all a little neurotic. We're all a little obsessive. Let's laugh at ourselves and understand how to work within that energy. But the step-by-step procedure, plus it has my life story. Because I started out in my childhood, sexually, physically abusive childhood. My mother was a manic depressive. My father was sexually abusive. I mean, how do you go from that? How do you get over that? There's the interesting part about this book is people will email me or they'll write me and they'll say, I felt like I was reading about myself. There are many of us that came from dysfunctional childhoods. There were many of us that didn't have the foundation to understand who we were or our connection to anything spiritual. Or even to any type of self-esteem. I spent I know you'll find this hard to believe, the first half of my life invisible. I felt like I was invisible. I didn't want to be noticed. I didn't want to be in front.
Okay, that brings up a good point. Okay, what happens when a person comes to you and says, I'm invisible. All my life I've had nothing but disaster, tragedies. It's never gone my way. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. How do you deal with that? I mean, do you just hand them the book?
This would be one of the things that I would hand them because I believed, truly, because that's what I was taught. I believed that if something good happened, it was going to be followed by something horrible.
So if something good happens, the other shoe's got to fall.
Yeah, the floor's going to fall in, the shoe's going to fall. This is what I believed. I believed I wasn't worthy. I believed I wasn't important. And if you believe these things, there's your law of attraction. That's what you're going to attract to you. So it's like you're in this circle, and you're standing in the middle of the circle, and life is beating against you. That's what it felt like to me the first half of my life. Once you learn these spiritual keys, these steps up this frequency ladder, you realize that you're still surrounded by the circle, but you're in control of that. You're manifesting and creating. But when you believe first that there is a God, whatever you choose to call it, that energy, and then you trust that that energy flows through you and is going to take care of you and is a loving energy. Wasn't it Einstein? Yes, it was Einstein that said, you have to decide right in this moment, you have to decide, do you live in a friendly or a hostile universe? That's the decision we all have to make. And if you live in a hostile universe, well, that's what you're going to have brought to you.
Okay, so when you're out talking with people, okay, do you ever get any negative from the people? They come up and they want to get in your face and go, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in whatever, I don't believe in angels, and I don't believe in you. So what do you say to those? How do you respond to those folks?
I said, that's okay.
That's okay?
It's okay. It's okay for somebody to be skeptical. It's like, I'm not here to change your life. I am here to hand out information. Mm-hmm. I throw you the ball, you can catch it or not. I am not responsible with what you do with it.
So when you're talking with the angels, or when the angels are talking with you, do they ever specifically say, you need to go help Earl Hamlin because he's got whatever problems? No. Okay. They don't ever say anything like that?
Every now and then a client, somebody I already know or somebody I'm working with will come to my mind, and I'll always send them angels or I'll send them prayers. Mm-hmm. But I don't force myself, and the angels don't force themselves on anyone either.
So you have to accept the angels for what they are then?
Angels, God, source, whatever you choose to call it. Mm-hmm. And that's what this takes you on, that trip of believe, trust that the universe is going to take care of you, that you do live in a friendly universe, detach from the outcome, because the universe doesn't do things, God doesn't do things the way you do. Hello? People keep thinking, here's the answer, and it's like, it never, ever, ever comes out the way you think it should or could. You know, put love into a situation, because love is the most potent energy in the universe. Mm-hmm. Forgiveness, humility, all these things, this step by step, and stories from my life where you just have to sit there and go, God, this stuff really works. This stuff really works. But you have to believe.
Okay, so let's do some we have to believe. Tell me a little bit, what's in the future for Kingman, or some of the viewers out there? Can you do that?
Specifically, well, let's say, when you said what's in the future for Kingman, I feel like there's going to be a boost of energy for Kingman, meaning either more businesses coming in or a shift in business or a more business-friendly atmosphere. Mm-hmm. I feel like the economy is going to rise up a bit this year. Mm-hmm. And in doing that, it's going to bring more prosperity to everybody.
Oh, good. Okay.
Universally, I actually did... I do have a blog with my predictions for the coming year. I was asked by a magazine to write predictions, and I don't normally do that. I don't know why. I've just never been asked. So I sat down and I wrote these predictions, and you can read it. The predictions that I wrote in there wrote in October for this coming year, and it predicted.
So you wrote them in October 2011
for this coming year.
For 12.
It said that the winter was going to be mild. Mm-hmm. And it has been. There was going to be more rain than snow. It predicted there was going to be a tiff going on with Iran. And it also predicted that with the, what was interesting, and it is happening now, there's a lot going on over there in Iran, yes. Along the border in the Strait of Hormuz, that cooler heads would prevail. So that's the good news. So I'm holding on to that because it's very volatile. Is that the right word? There's always predictions about weather. There's some predictions in there about earthquakes. You know, these energy changes and shifts tremendously, quickly. You change your thoughts, you change your energy. So you're not so much looking at, am I going to get the new job? Am I going to get the boyfriend? Am I going to get the... You can ask somebody, some reader. You can go to a tarot card reader. They're going to tell you yes or no. I don't work that way. I've been recently, I guess I'm kind of promoting myself to spiritual advisor because energy changes so quickly. If you can change your thoughts, if you read this book and you go, wow, I am into this, which many people do. And if you go on Amazon.com and you read the reviews, it's 5 stars all the way. It's easy. It makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Okay, have you ever been to a tarot card reader? And when they do the reading, is it like, no, that's not going to happen?
I don't go to, when I first started on this path, I used to go to readers and nobody could read me.
They couldn't read you?
Yeah, I actually had an experience of sitting in front of a psychic one time, paid her the money, and she started coughing. She started coughing and coughing. She handed me back my money and she goes, I can't do this reading. And every time I go to someone, I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it in years. Because I get all the information myself. What I need comes to me.
It comes direct.
It comes to you too. You know what to do. You're making steps. You know what feels good when you're on your path. You know, you're going to start a new venture. That's going to be very, very good, by the way. You're going to start a new venture, and you have a good feeling about it. If you had a bad feeling about it, you're not going to do it.
I've got so many ventures out there, it's unbelievable. You know, it's kind of like throw it up on a wall. If it sticks, okay.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
And that's the experience of that constant change. And you never know in this energy, because the frequency is so high. And I'm going to say this, I don't know if I said this last time, there are scientists out there that actually measure the vibration of the planet, and it has been scientifically proven the frequency is higher. So time is going by faster and change is taking place more quickly. You could be on a path and then hit a brick wall because everything has changed.
Cool.
So the good news about if you want to go to a psychic, you want to go to somebody who's going to encourage you, who's going to empower you. You can't just know if you're going to get the boyfriend. I get that a lot on my radio show. If I say, yeah, you're going to, this is the one.
I can't imagine going to the psychic and they just look across at there. Oh, you're a loser. You need to go.
What they want to know is this guy the one?
Yeah.
And I always say, I'm not going to tell you that, because if I tell you, yes, he's the one, you're going to act differently. If I say, no, he's not the one, you're going to act differently. What you need to do is take a look at this with wide open eyes at this relationship and say, is this what I choose to have? That's empowerment.
You know, and also
that's my job.
And people also need to do that with their careers.
With everything. Hello.
Yeah. Okay, I got to take a break. Okay. Where can we get the book again?
Mystic Myrtles in Kingman. You can go to Hastings Bookstore in Bullhead, Amazon.com, and LindaWest-Medium.com.
And we're going to have the website at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Linda, very much for being here. I appreciate
great.
it. Okay, and I'm going to do good in 2012.
You're going to do very good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, be positive. The seeds are being planted.
Good. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Getting to Know Kingman. Get the book.
Get the book.
It will help you with your life.